Good evening. We are following breaking news at this hour. Former One Direction star Liam Payne is dead after falling from a hotel window.
10 of the brightest stars to ever stand on the X Factor stage are no longer here to share their voices. Their lives ended through sudden loss, illness, or tragedy that shook fans across the world. These are the performers whose impact never faded, even after fate cut their journey short. 10. Simone Battle, a rising star. Lost at 25, Simone Battle walked onto X Factor USA with the presence of someone who wasn't just auditioning but arriving. Her voice was sharp, her confidence was unmistakable, and fans instantly felt she was built for stardom. Producers saw it, judges predicted it, and viewers rallied behind her because she carried that rare mix of talent and charm that makes a future icon. But no one knew the weight she was carrying while the world imagined her climbing higher.
When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way.
After the show, she joined the girl group GRL, a project designed to create the next global pop powerhouse. Music videos, photo shoots, choreography, endless rehearsals. From the outside, everything looked like the beginning of a career that would last decades. Yet fame can tighten around a young artist quietly, pushing expectations that grow heavier each year. Behind Simone's smile was a silent battle with depression, intensified by industry pressure. What was supposed to be her launchpad became the stage where she felt most alone. In 2014, she died by suicide at just 25. The news shattered the music world. Tributes poured in from celebrities, fans, and people who had followed her journey since the audition. Suddenly, the conversations turned toward mental health, reminding the world that even the brightest artists can be fighting unseen struggles. And as the shock settled, the heartbreak of how much she could have become lingered even louder than her voice. And that loss led many fans to remember another X Factor artist whose strength was tested long before tragedy struck. 9. Carrie McGregor, the voice that fought until the end. Carrie McGregor entered X Factor UK with a grace that felt timeless. Her vocals carried emotion, her personality carried warmth, and audiences loved her almost instantly. She performed with the calm assurance of someone who had lived enough to understand every lyric she sang. But behind that calm was a battle very few contestants could imagine. Her strength on stage was not just performance, it was survival.
I feel very proud to be here, but I don't think I feel any more proud than probably what my mum would be feeling right now. Because
even while dealing with ongoing health complications, she continued to perform, act, and inspire. Carrie refused to let illness claim her identity or determine the limits of her dreams. Fans admired her not just for her voice, but for the courage behind it. Yet each year, her health challenges grew harder to fight and harder to hide. Her determination stayed fierce, even when her body became weaker. In 2012, she passed away from bladder cancer at 37. Her death left viewers heartbroken because they remembered her as a symbol of resilience, someone who made pain look conquerable. Carrie's legacy became a reminder that some of the strongest performers on that stage are carrying battles the world never sees. And her passing created a wave of grief that soon resurfaced when another unforgettable contestant's fate came to light. 8. Ariel Burdett. The iconic auditioner with a heartbreaking end, Ariel Burdett was unforgettable from the moment she introduced herself. Her 2008 audition went viral for its blunt honesty, her fiery declaration of being an authentic artist, and the intensity she brought into every second on screen. People shared the clip endlessly. They laughed, they debated, they stitched it into internet culture. But they never realized that the woman behind the viral moment was fighting a private struggle far heavier than a meme could ever show.
Or if you want to feel the floor, I got the super sexy swinging thing that you just can't ignore.
Off camera, Ariel was navigating emotional storms that deepened with time. Her life grew more isolated, her mental health more fragile, and the gap between who she was perceived to be and who she truly was grew painfully wide. In 2019, she was found dead at age 38. The inquest revealed a deeply troubled chapter of her life, one that made her viral audition feel haunting instead of humorous. Fans who once joked about her clip now watched it with heartbreak. Her death forced people to rethink how easily the internet turns a person into entertainment without understanding their story. And as that realization settled, Another tragedy from the X Factor family emerged, one that shook an entirely different corner of the music world. 7. Danny Dearden, a beloved singer taken too soon. Danny Dearden's X Factor UK audition in 2014 introduced him as a warm, charming vocalist with a natural ability to lift an audience's mood. Offstage, he was known for kindness, humility, and a smile that made everyone feel welcome. After the show, he worked steadily, performing across the UK, building a career piece by piece. He wasn't chasing fame, he was chasing joy, and fans loved him for it.
My way through the first audition, so I've got to prove myself now at the arena. So it was on a Saturday, and I was last on of the night. I didn't even sing till about midnight, just a bit after midnight.
But behind the consistent performances was a long-term illness Danny rarely spoke about publicly. He kept his struggles quiet, choosing to focus on music instead of sympathy. The people who knew him never imagined how severe his condition had become. When he passed away in 2025 at age 34, the outpouring of grief was immediate and overwhelming. Tributes filled social media, artists shared memories, communities he performed in held vigils. The loss felt personal to everyone who had ever heard him sing. And just as fans were processing Danny's passing, tragedy struck again, this time from one of Australia's most beloved X Factor stars. 6. Johnny Ruffo. The Fighter Australia. Fell in Love with Johnny Ruffo lit up the X Factor Australia stage with charisma that felt effortless. He danced, he joked, he sang with confidence, and audiences embraced him instantly. After the show, he worked in television, released music, acted in popular dramas, and became a household name. But in 2017, everything changed when doctors discovered a brain tumor. From that moment forward, every performance, every smile, every interview took on new meaning. He was no longer just an entertainer. He was a fighter. For 6 long years, he battled cancer with extraordinary courage. He documented his journey, spreading awareness and hope. His determination inspired millions. Yet in 2023, he passed away at just 35. The entire country mourned him. Tributes came from celebrities, cancer organizations, past contestants, and fans who had grown up watching him. His loss was more than a headline. It felt like a national heartbreak. And his story became a reminder that behind the excitement of talent shows often lies a quiet collection of tragedies the world never sees until it is too late. 5. Ben Thapa, the tenor, whose voice could shake theaters. Ben Thapa didn't just sing, he commanded a room. As part of G4 and X Factor UK 2004, he helped pull classical crossover into mainstream charts, a feat almost no group had achieved before. His tenor rang like it was built for cathedral ceilings and concert halls. Fans believed his voice was built for decades of performing. But even the strongest voices can fade long before anyone is ready. When kidney complications grew worse, Ben was forced to step away from performing, a painful contrast to someone whose entire identity lived on stage. In 2024, he passed away at 42, stunning fans across the world. Tributes filled social media as classical artists described him as irreplaceable. His legacy became the reminder that some talents are once in a generation. And as the community mourned, another tragedy emerged from a performer whose future seemed just as bright. If you want more stories that look beyond the spotlight and into the lives behind it, make sure you stay with us and subscribe. There is always another chapter waiting. 4. Jack Saunders, a young performer gone too soon. Jack Saunders had the kind of energy that lifted entire rehearsal rooms. Connected to groups that performed around X Factor and Britain's Got Talent, he was known for choreography that felt fearless and a personality people loved instantly. His career looked ready to take off. Then the news no one expected arrived. When word spread that Jack had passed away at a young age, the performing arts community collapsed into grief. Dancers, coaches, and friends posted tributes remembering his kindness and work ethic. Even though he wasn't a main series contestant, he was woven tightly into the X Factor family, appearing in memorials and tribute reels because of the impact he left behind. His story became a heartbreaking symbol of talent that never got to reach its peak. And just as the pain settled, the franchise faced the loss of one of the biggest global names it had ever produced. 3. Liam Payne, the global superstar. With a tragic final chapter, Liam Payne wasn't just another contestant. He became one of the most famous faces in X Factor history. As a member of One Direction, he toured the world, broke records, and helped define an entire generation of pop culture. Millions grew up with his voice. Millions felt they knew him, which is why what happened next sent shockwaves through the world.
A million love songs later.
Reports claimed Liam died in 2024 at just 31 after a tragic fall. Fans flooded social media with grief, old clips, and messages honoring his legacy. Former contestants and celebrities shared memories, describing him as generous, grounded, and endlessly hardworking.
Some breaking news, and it's sad. Liam Payne, the former member of the boy band One Direction, has died.
The loss was not just tragic, it was historic. One Direction's global fan base mourned the way people mourn the passing of a cultural era. And in that grief, a quieter story resurfaced. One belonging to a contestant remembered not through headlines, but through love. 2. Stacey Young. A contestant remembered through community tributes. Stacey Young may not have been one of the show's heavily featured contestants, but she left a mark that her community never forgot. After her passing, tribute pages appeared across fan groups celebrating her gentle voice, warm personality, and the sincerity she carried into every performance. Some contestants impact the world in ways bigger than screen time. Major media didn't cover her death extensively, but the X Factor family held her close. Fans spoke about how her journey touched them, proving that the show wasn't just about winners, but about the hearts behind the auditions. Stacey's inclusion in remembrance circles highlighted how many untold stories shaped the human side of the franchise. And the final tragedy connected to the show revealed just how deeply those bonds can reach beyond the stage. 1. Danny Hampson, a heartbreaking loss that shook the X Factor family. Danny Hampson never competed on X Factor, but she was deeply connected to it through love. She was engaged to Tom Mann from Stereo Kicks, one of the most adored groups in X Factor history. She supported him through rehearsals, performances, and the chaos of the entertainment world. Their wedding day was supposed to be the beginning of everything. Instead, it became a moment that shattered the community. Danny died unexpectedly on the morning of their 2022 wedding. The news devastated Tom, the group, and fans globally. Tributes poured in for months as people honored her kindness, her spirit, and the life she should have had. Her story became one of the most tragic chapters tied to the franchise, not because of fame, but because of love cut short. And together, these final 5 stories showed the world that behind the lights, the applause, and the televised dreams, the X Factor family carries some of the heaviest heartbreaks in modern entertainment.